Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outside the Field. It is Trade Talk Thursday, and I am your host, Chris Weideman, with the least favorite host, Jacob. Thanks for stopping in today, guys. It's a big day. It's Trade Talks. The buys are raging, the injuries are kicking. So, how can we take advantage of that market, and who can we add to our team? It's a big time of the year. This is really where you can take some big advantage of people in some trades. They get real desperate. They're sitting at 2-4, and they have a Nick Chubb on their roster, and they're like, man, I really need a running back. So this is how you take advantage of people, guys. Straight up, I'm being completely honest. That is how we are going to go about this part of the year. We are going to be as ruthless as possible because it is about your team, your championship, and putting money in your pockets, guys, because you watched outside the field and they did not. So thank you for tuning in today, guys. Jacob, we haven't heard from you yet. How are you doing, man?
I was waiting when you were gonna give me a second to say hello. Hello, everyone. Uh, yes, I am excited. This is the time of year that we just feast in the trades. NFL trade deadline is coming up in a week or two. There could be some potential big moves for running backs since we've seen so many injuries. So keep an eye on it. Marlon Mack and Ronald Jones. Those are two big names to watch. See where they go. But let's get into this, Chris. I'm gonna just jump in. Or no, actually, I'm not gonna be rude. I'm gonna ask you, Chris. Who is your QB trade target this week?
I have two guys, and like I said, we are trying to take advantage of people. So if this is a person who is kind of struggling in the rankings and they need a win, they need a quarterback who's going to go out and ball for them. Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert, guys, are both on bye. Justin Herbert equally is coming off a very bad performance. So maybe that Justin Herbert owner right now is sitting at 2-4. Herbert had a bad week and he needs a win. Hey, here's Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow will help you win this weekend. Give me Justin Herbert. So that's the kind of deals I'm going to be trying to look to potentially make is you're going to want to give them a low-end QB1, high-end QB2, and hopefully finesse Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert, who we obviously have big expectations going forward for the rest of the season. So that is the move I'm trying to go out and make this weekend or right now. Crabtree?
Interesting take because I guess me and you are going to be in trade talks because somebody I'm looking to go grab right now is Joe Burrow. I think that you
Oh,
could go.
yeah.
I think you can go snag him for like cheap. Like I'm not giving you Herbert, but I think you could go snag him for cheaper. Like Chris said, I think he's a high end QB2, low QB1. And I think QB2 is his floor. He's got Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and I mean Tyler Boyd as a third option, somebody that had a back-to-back 1,000-yard season for the Cincinnati Bengals. Like, what's not to love about this offense? Joe Burrow's coming back from that injury. He looks healthy. He looks good, slinging the ball around, and the Bengals are 4-2. They're good stuff. They're watch out.
I
So.
agree. And this is what we talked about on the lessons video on Tuesday. So if you watch that, you know that we're really expecting big things going forward out of Burrow. So I definitely like the call, and I think it's something you could potentially go make happen. But do you think you could potentially flip Burrow for a Dak or Herbert if they're desperate for a win this week? Like, or am I reaching on that one?
Yeah, there's stupid people out there.
We like to see it. All right. Moving over into my quarterback sell, it does kind of happen that this person falls on a bye, so it's going to be kind of hard week to sell them. But Kirk Cousins, guys, he's honestly kind of played a little out of his mind so far this year, and he's playing pretty well. Yeah, number 10, guys, he's looking really solid. But I do think this is Kirk Cousins at the end of the day, and I think he'll come down a little after the bye. I don't have a lot of confidence in Adam Thielen to do what he did for him last week. I think Dalvin Cook's finally getting healthier and back in the offense. So I think that they'll start to find ways to put the ball a little bit more back in his hands and take it a little out of Kirk's hands. Last year they averaged 28 attempts a game, and they are completely way over that right now. So I definitely see them bringing it back into Cook's hands a little bit going forward. So I try to sell Kirk if possible.
I hear you. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Guys, I didn't come up with sells this week. I just came up with straight up buys. So you'll have to bear with us. Chris is gonna be talking a lot when he gives you his sells, but we're gonna move on to the buys of running backs. This guy, I think this is the greatest week you're gonna be able to go get him. As Herbert, he came off a really bad week last week. But Austin Eckler, you got to think he came off probably one of his worst performances of the year. He's going into a bye this week, so that means there's about a 2.5 week window that the fantasy owner of Austin Eckler is just going to be sitting there marinating that last game that he had, knowing that it wasn't as good as it usually is, and just like, oh, is Austin Eckler really a top 4, top 5 running back? Is he really gonna put up those type of numbers? Yes, he is. But this is the week or next week that you can go and snag him.
No, I agree. I like to call Austin Eckler's obviously a monster. I'm pretty sure you and I both have him at running back 2 rest of season. So he's someone we really have a lot of confidence in. And I agree. Like I said, we're just trying to take advantage of people right now who are kind of a little emotional after some bad weeks. Mine is somebody to spite you, Crabtree. It's someone you have to come on here and just like you talk about Taylor Heineke every single day as if he's God. You hate on this person every time I even think about him. So I think, guys, because there are people like Crabtree who are not going to believe, you go pick up Cordero Patterson if possible, guys. He was on bye last week, so he's going to be a little out of this owner's mind. And if you can snag him up, guys, like, I know he's not a sexy pick. I know he's 30 years old and we've never really seen it. And I know the snap percent hasn't necessarily been great, but he gets rushes. He has a consistent workload. He looks to be the receiver too. So Cordero Patterson at the running back position is going to continue to put up good points for you guys. So please go snag my man and prove Crabtree wrong, guys. It's more fun that way.
Whatever. Give me yourself.
You're really not going after Cordero Patterson at all?
No.
My sell is Antonio Gibson, guys.
Yes.
He came out and still actually gave you like an alright week, but JD McKissic is way too involved still. And not only that, but he's dealing with this shin problems, and it's not something that they're going to sit him out for. So it's just going to be a lingering injury. So it's probably something that's going to affect him for the rest of the season, guys. And because of that, we can need to readjust how we feel about him. But you can definitely go out there and find somebody who thinks he's going to be that amazing star RB1, which I just don't think it's in his range of outcomes right now. So if you can go out there and sell him for probably like a high-end receiver, I think that's a really nice deal. Maybe you go flip him for like a, I don't know, maybe you can get a Christian McCaffrey if that person like needs wins now. Maybe like Gibson and like a receiver or something. But at the end of the day, maybe you can go flip him for Nick Chubb. But I would try to sell Antonio Gibson if at all possible. So that is my running back sell. Moving over to wide receivers, we're going to go 3 for 3 on Chargers players, guys.
Yikes.
And we are going to say you should go out and buy Mike Williams. And just like the other 2 Chargers down week last week, it's his second bust of the season. And now he's on bye. So if you can potentially get that person who's like, man, this is still Mike Williams. Can I really, really believe in Mike Williams? Yes. Top 5, locked and loaded. I will say, guys, he's probably going to be a little boom or bust all season. Like, I think you're going to see way, way more boom weeks than bust weeks. But I think when he busts, it's going to be really, really ugly. Like, we're probably...
Really hard.
Huh?
Really, really ugly and really, really hard. That's what I was trying to help you say. His busts.
They're hard? Okay. We can't with this man. He's a 12-year-old child, guys. I'm sorry that you had to tune in and watch Jacob today. But we all know you came to watch me anymore. Anyways. But Mike Williams, the God, guys, if you can go out there and finesse him, I would definitely try to make it happen. Maybe if you can send in Antonio Gibson in a lower piece. Maybe, I don't know what else you sell, but reach out to him, be like, "How you feeling about Mike Williams? You know, you trying to sell him?" But yeah. So who's your receiver buy of the week, Jacob?
Oh, finally, Jesus. My buy, Chris Godwin. So
Mm. Mm.
I think that Antonio Brown has been lighting it up, and bro, I'm just gonna say it. Antonio Brown's back. He is back, and I don't know if he just went to rehab and kicked the bucket with his crazy ass self, or if he just had a midlife crisis.
Do you think
But
it's
he is
Tom
back.
Brady? Do you think Tom Brady's gotten him back on the right page?
I don't know, bro, but I love it because like Antonio Brown playing like this, it's so much fun to watch. Like this is the Antonio Brown I grew up watching. Um, yeah, I mean, if he plays like this, continues to play like this, you're gonna see him run into a top six, top seven receiver of the year. I don't think he finishes as that. I think he comes down to earth, but he's on pace right now. If he continues this, he's I mean, it's gonna be nice. But the reason I think that we target Chris Godwin right now is because everybody thinks, hey, Antonio Brown is taking over this offense. Which, yes, he's getting like the touchdown part of it, but do not let yourself forget that Chris Godwin is going to get the targets. Like Antonio Brown's been getting them lately as well, but Chris Godwin is like your middleman. Like, hey, when they need 20 or 15, 20 yards here and there, that's who they're going. Antonio Brown's going to be over the top, short slants, like those. That's what Antonio Brown is. But Godwin's going to be, hey, we need to move the change. We need to get things going. Like that's your guy.
I agree. So I like to call. If I do think that if you talk to the Chris Godwin owner, they probably are a little worried. I own Chris Godwin in 2 leagues. So, I'm
Are you?
holding guys, and I'm having the faith. But in my soul of souls, guys, I'm a little worried. So, uh, but the analyst in me knows to not be worried and have faith. So we're gonna hold tight on there. So I will not trade Chris Godwin to you. So please leave me alone. And yeah, that's all that needs to be said. Go get Chris Godwin for hopefully a cheap price. And maybe the player you sell to go make this happen is Mr. Marquise Brown, guys. He has been lighting it up so far. Pretty sure he's receiver 8 on the season. Obviously, him and Lamar are cooking, but Rashad Bateman came back his first week, and like we talked about on Tuesday, he basically took half of his target share immediately away. So if Marquise Brown is only going to get 5 or 6 targets a week, he's not going to be near as valuable. And yeah, Bateman, I think, will just continue to come on as the season goes on. So if you can sell Marquise Brown for top dollar right now, I'd probably try to make it happen.
Yes, sir. I love it. I actually do. Bateman is up and coming. Marquise Brown is on his way out. Let's do it. Tight ends, sir. Who's your buy?
My buy this week is Dawson Knox, guys. Similarly to a lot of the other players we talked about today, he came off a disappointing performance last week. Finally, he didn't catch the touchdown, guys. But I think because of this, he didn't catch the touchdown. The Dawson Knox owner is going to think that they maybe just caught lightning in a bottle for a moment. He's on a bye this week, so if you can go get Dawson Knox for like a cheap, like a receiver 3, like I would probably trade like a Jacoby Myers for Dawson Knox. I would trade probably like Devontae Smith for Dawson Knox. I would potentially trade maybe like a Melvin Gordon, maybe maybe a Josh Jacobs if I had the running back depth. But I still think Dawson Knox rest of the season, guys, is going to be kind of a monster at the tight end position. I think he's going to have really high upside with Josh Allen. And Josh Allen is honestly playing like an MVP and looking like a monster out there. So if you can get a part of that offense, I'd feel good and try to go get Dawson Knox.
Oh, so you always on me about Taylor Heineke. What about your boy Dawson Knox? Literally, you talk about him every single episode as well.
What's
Like,
funny is like out of the two waiver wire tight ends that blew up, like Schultz and Knox, like I like Schultz more, but I talk about Knox like a lot. His ups and downs are bigger, I think, where Schultz has been just consistent. Like if you have Schultz, he's a rock star, and you just plug him in there.
I think you and Dawson Knox need to get around. My buy of the week is Zach Ertz. I don't care how you get him. Go get him, bro. This air is Zach Ertz. Yes, I'm so serious. Arizona is legit. They're undefeated for a reason. Kyler Murray is, in my opinion, the front runner for the MVP. Uh, they like to spread their ball around. I think Zach Ertz gets a good 4 or 5 targets a game, and I think that this is somebody that can do something with it. So go get Zach Ertz. And I'm assuming you're laughing because he's probably your sell.
Zach Ertz is my tight end sell, and this is exactly why you are going to go sell Zach Ertz. Because there is people like Jacob Crabtree in your league who think now that Zach Ertz is part of Arizona, he is going to be the man. And here's the thing, guys. Max Williams did a good job, but he was never that consistently great. And because there's so many options in this Arizona offense, like Zach Ertz might give you a couple of boom weeks, but he's going to hit a lot of busts because he's not going to get a lot of production because there are so many other people they can spread the ball out to and are more dynamic. I had to talk this dude from putting like Zach Ertz at like tight end 6, okay, guys? And there's going to be other people with this same thought process. So if you can go sell Zach Ertz for a receiver 2 or probably a running back 2, like I would be trying to sell, if this dude's on my roster, sell. Please go capitalize by the idiots that think Zach Ertz is all of a sudden back. Like, guys, Zach Ertz was like 2016. Like, we need to move on with our lives, please, and sell Zach Ertz.
Well, I guess we'll see who's wrong. Me.
Yes,
Later
you
this.
are the wrong one.
Alrighty, guys. Well, hey, as always, like and subscribe. Please hit the follow button. We appreciate all of you guys. And come catch us later this week on Saturday for our starts and sits.
We will definitely do a better job this weekend. I can guarantee it.
Guarantee it. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Thanks, guys.